Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Nextopia, site search that increases sales. Visit nextopia.com/podcast to learn more. Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations, a weekly podcast focusing on e-commerce topics featuring interviews with prominent people in the e-commerce space.
Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations by Practical E-Commerce. I'm Kerry Murdoch. The shipping of products is a crucial function for most every e-commerce merchant, and there's no company more prominent in the shipping business than UPS. UPS has recently upgraded its service to its UPS Ready program, and it's that upgrade that we are discussing today. Our guest is Jordan Coletta. Jordan is Vice President of Customer Technology Marketing for UPS. He's been with UPS since 1975, and he's advanced through the ranks in various sales and marketing positions since then. With his current position, he's responsible for all e-commerce marketing functions for UPS, and it's our pleasure to have him join us today. Well, Jordan, thank you for your time today.
My pleasure, Kerry.
Jordan, UPS has added new upgrades to its UPS Ready program. Those upgrades, as we understand it, can benefit e-commerce merchants. Could you tell us about those upgrades?
Sure. Well, to start out with, we have a very comprehensive program that enables third parties to integrate UPS technology into their applications, their websites, and so on, so they can make UPS available to the customers that they serve. And in that program, we make very comprehensive transportation-related capabilities available. So things like shipping, rating, tracking, the ability to do consolidated clearances for international shipments, right? And recently, we've added a few new things which we think are really exciting. One of which is called paperless invoice, and it pertains to international shipments. So, as you know, when you send something internationally, you need to have documentation. And a real common form for international shipments is a commercial invoice. What we've done here is allow the preparer, instead of having to actually print out their commercial invoice and then attach it to the package, which is standard, if you will, standard process. That all happens seamlessly when you select that feature with UPS, in which case the paperwork is not really paper. It's done electronically, so your shipment can clear customs, and then it gets delivered to the end customer outside of your country. So that's one new one which we're very excited about. And another one we're really excited about is something we call international returns. One of the real challenges for customers who do business internationally is to control a return, actually get something picked up in another country and brought back. It's not the instruction part that's the problem, meaning go over and pick this up from so-and-so. It's the documentation, because when it comes back to the sender, the documentation has to be part of the shipment. And if you're not in a close proximity of where that's going to get picked up, it can be very difficult. So this offering allows all that to happen seamlessly, so that the return request and the associated documentation happen at one time, if you will. So it's a way to make sure it can get back to the sender appropriately.
Is there an extra charge for those two features, the paperless invoice and the international returns?
Well, when you talk about extra, let's talk about that. So paperless invoice doesn't cost anything more.
Okay.
It's part of one of the features we offer to our customers. And international returns, we do charge for returns, and it's just another return service that gets charged for. So it's very consistent with how we go to market with, if you will, all of our solutions.
That makes sense. Tell us, UPS Ready. You referred to UPS Ready there. What is UPS Ready?
Well, Kerry, UPS Ready, it's a program that we have established that's been, quite frankly, very successful. We have over 200 participants in the program, and essentially these are eligible third parties who have, if you will, communities. They have customers, end users on their applications or their websites, and that community, that group of people, needs UPS to do their business. And so the real key here is to be able to get access to UPS right out of the box. So if you will, you buy a particular solution, and when you turn it on, UPS is already embedded. And some of the conveniences there, of course, it's great from a customer experience standpoint because the capabilities, you need to ship something, you need to track something, you need to prepare an international shipment, those things all can be woven directly in by the third party at the critical transaction points. Mm-hmm. And this way the customer's not having to leave, if you will, this application they just bought and go over somewhere else to get it arrayed or execute a transaction and then get it back and report it back into their system.
So for our listeners, Jordan, e-commerce merchants by and large, if they're evaluating a third-party solution, say a shopping cart, perhaps order management vendor, that sort of thing, how will they know if that particular vendor or that particular cart is UPS ready?
One of the benefits that UPS Ready participants receive is they get the ability to display the UPS Ready branded logo, and that can be done in their application, on the collateral, and so on and so forth. So it is not uncommon to go into, for instance, if you're browsing across the web looking for some capability, it is not uncommon at all for a third party who's part of the program to display that logo, because they also want their customers or prospective customers to know that they're UPS ready, because it means a lot. A lot of work has been done up front by them to make sure that they're fully in compliance. The program is up to spec. It properly represents UPS, works properly, and all that. So it means a lot. They put some work into it to get that there, and they're proud of it and they want to leverage it. So we provide them that capability.
So if a merchant's using a shopping cart, for example, and that cart and the checkout process of a shopping cart, an online shopping cart, the consumer can obtain real-time UPS shipping quotes. Does that mean that cart is UPS ready? Is that the only way that can happen?
I would be reluctant to say it's the only way. You use the word real time, so that probably better qualifies it to an extent. But I'm a little reluctant to have your viewers believe that that's kind of a yes or no situation. The way I probably would address it is that if you're a merchant considering, do I adopt this capability from UPS? Do I become UPS ready? Is there a benefit for me? I would say think about it from that perspective. Then having the rate at the time you need it, being able to get the label generated, and all those things that come with pre-ship, ship, and post-ship activities, become easier.
I'm curious, for those 200 participants that are involved in UPS Ready, do they pay a fee to UPS to be a participant?
They don't pay a fee to UPS, but one thing there is that part of the process to once the UPS technology is adopted, there is a third party that we have a relationship with that the merchant gets their product certified through to make sure it is up to the right standards. In other words, this company we'll make sure that all the pieces that need to be there are there, the right answers come back, and all that. And that third party does have a charge for that certification, but it's one of those things that you have to have some way to know, is the product correct. Otherwise, being UPS ready really wouldn't have a whole lot of merit. So it's I think it's an appropriate approach and capability for the merchant, quite frankly.
Jordan, say there's a listener who is an e-commerce merchant, and his particular shopping cart solution or order management solution is not UPS ready, but the merchant would like for that solution to be UPS ready. Can the merchant independently work with UPS to get the benefits of UPS ready, or is the option just switching vendors?
No, they can go right to UPS.com and to find out more information about the UPS Ready program, and then they can apply to the program if they feel like it's the right program for them. So that's really what UPS Ready is for. So just to be clear, if you have a listener, they say, my application, I think I could benefit from having UPS in this application. Absolutely. Go to UPS.com, look up UPS Ready, read a little more about it, and then if it's the right thing for you, right there you can follow the next steps to go through the process to become UPS Ready.
How long does that typically take?
It just depends on what the merchant's going to adopt, right? We have some merchants that don't need the full capability, meaning maybe they only need rating and tracking. We have others that need everything. So the majority of the time is the merchant really looking at their application, thinking about and working through where are those critical integration points that are going to bring the most value to their end user. It's that work and then them coding that I believe takes the lion's share of the time. So I'd hate to quote because it's so varied.
Anything else on your mind today as it relates to UPS or to the UPS Ready program?
Yeah, I think the last thing I would leave you with is that, our program, has a variety of participants. Card providers like Zuvi and Monster Commerce and XCard, and then we have, other companies like eBay, including the Pro Stores, Intuit, Yahoo, NetSuite, Peachtree, which is by Sage, NRG, ShipWorks. That's just a sample of who participates. And I say that to say this: we have such a wide range of participants that I think what really stands out here is that the program can help fortify a large company to improve their product, but it also can take a smaller e-commerce merchant and help them provide the type of services and solutions that consumers today expect from anyone online and even expect from big online retailers. So I think that's probably a key way to finish up our conversation. And again, if any of the listeners are interested in more details, just go to ups.com and look up UPS Ready. Or if there's just information that you need about ups.com, obviously that's where I want to direct them.
In that UPS Ready section of your site, will it list participating companies?
It will.
Yeah, that's great. So that's another benefit. They could see who's participating.
Absolutely.
Well, again, the site for our listeners, the site, of course, as everyone knows, the site's ups.com. And Jordan Coletta, the Vice President of Customer Technology Marketing for UPS, we want to thank you for your time today, sir.
Thank you, Kerry.
That's all the time we have for this week's e-commerce conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tune in next week for another new episode.